Call the Dixon County regular commission meeting for August 29th order. Please stand, flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approve the agenda with the addition of proposal to contract with APAC for maintenance work at 14th and Van Buren.
Second it.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carried. Consent agenda, minutes of the 22nd meeting, August 22nd meeting, payroll of $390,380.95 and abatements of $101,515.30.
I move to approve the consent agenda. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Question, comments, committee reports. Ron?
No comments.
Lynn?
This past week, I attended a special meeting over at Central Kansas Mental Health in Salina. And there's some opportunities there for expansion of services. And then looking for some efficiencies as far as some projects that they're working on. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Lynn. At our work session this morning, some of this will be talked about, gives a report to the City of Abilene 14th Van Buren project. I'm going to thank you for saying no to the four-way stop, filling up 2 positions in the clerk's office, receiving a bids, received 2 new dump truck bid approved in August 3rd of 2023. And then the fee schedule is also in our discussion. You might, if you want to talk about the meeting just a little bit, if you listen to some highlights.
You didn't take your notes?
I took them, but you do such a much better job talking about it. Just the highlights.
Just the highlights. So there are quite a few topics that the legislative policy are going to consider, LAVTR, property tax, constitutional question, unfunded mandates. They also talked about constitutional protection for county home rule and how that's going to work through contractual authority. A couple other things that are on our radar besides those things would be the election precincts, the voting reporting, combining them in some of the smaller districts, budgeting for county appraisal and election functions. The state should take those over since that is a function that we do, but they keep pushing more and more on us, like we heard from Leah this morning. The 3-mile zone is another thing that is a concern. Cities can impart their or put infrastructure in and do work out there, and the people in that 3-mile zone, which are technically out in the county, don't have a vote on it, which is important. So we also talked about the R&R, and if there's corrections that need to happen, county clerk can make those, and not, since there are so many rules that we have to abide by with the R&R, how that changes with that. So there's a few other things that I think that we're going to have to weed through, but county has so many responsibilities, and the state keeps putting more and more on us, and what we feel is important as an organization as to what the county should be responsible for, the state should be responsible for. So
also, I'll bring up the LATVR, when the county is joining a suit, how they're going to file it in the state of Kansas to not to collect the money in advance of what they weren't paid for, the billions in arrear, and also the property tax lid, 2 to 4% on that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I thought you'd want to hit that one.
Thank you, Jim. Also, there will be a meeting coming up in November, I believe, on wind alternative energies.
Mm-hmm.
So that's including my comments made by Janelle. No presentation, petitions or proclamations, other public comments. Anybody online?
Nope.
Moving on, and Janelle, you give your report.
So as we touched on briefly, the appraiser's office has been notified along with the county commission that they are in substantial compliance with the annual statistical and procedural review for 2024. So, and as we talked briefly, that you're required to hit a minimum of 75 points. And I believe ours was at 98, which is exceptional. It's an annual review that we have to submit to the Property Evaluation Division, and we have been consistently there with that. And so I appreciate Appraiser staff for their hard work on that. Also, the county purchased unleaded fuel. We had 3 bids. Robson at $2.46, MKC at $2.48, and Sapp Brothers at $2.48, and the bid was awarded to Robson. The Highway Department is working on upcoming bids for the bridge project that we're going to have. Yeah, the B's got me there. So for bridge projects that we're going to have in the southern part of the county, and we're going to try to bundle 3 bridges in that area. Paint striping is supposed to start this next week. They've been working in another county and weather has delayed them a little bit, so they should start. John let me know that EMS has scheduled 39 standbys for high school football games, which start next week. And that's a high. That's the most that we've had in quite a few years. So we do have an open position in the highway department. We had a resignation submitted this week. So we're trying to fill that, and at EMS, and they're interviewing now. New county website will go live at the end of this week, and Dustin and department managers have been working on that, and I think it looks good. So we're pleased with that, and it should be a very easy website to use, which is one of our goals. And then just as a reminder, county offices will be closed Monday, September 2nd, in observance of Labor Day. Do you have any questions for me?
In regards to the new website, KAC, if you gentlemen have been on, has a new website, and it's being built this time. I think they went live 1st of August. There will be lots of places for people that aren't affiliate members to go in and get on it too. Then, any questions for Janelle? I'm a Counselor Doug.
No, wait a minute. The title company got me 41 parcels of real estate that are going to be in the next upcoming tax sale. And so we're going to be in that process of moving forward on 41 parcels. And that'll take a little time, but we got it in, so we'll get started on it. That's all I have. Thank you.
Any questions for Doug? No notice of communications, no introduction of consideration of resolutions, no unfinished business, other business. Disaster property relief, Nicole Bergman, 928 1800 Drive, Abilene, Kansas.
Commissioners, this is a matter that you've had before. This property unfortunately was destroyed by fire in the last, let's see, does it say in here? It's a single family home that was destroyed by fire earlier this year, and they're asking for an abatement for that. They've attached all the documents that are required for that, and you can also see the record card from the appraiser's office in your packet. And we would ask that you would approve the property tax relief for them at 100%.
I'll make a motion to accept that.
The second.
Been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Lease purchase agreement for the radio project,
Actually, Marcus is the one that's been working on that, so I would defer to him.
Marcus Rothschild, Assistant County Administrator, Finance Director. We did receive our numbers back from Bennington State Bank for the lease purchase agreement for the 800 radio system. Right now, we are looking to borrow $3,898,121 in order to cover the purchase of the 800 radio systems, which would include the equipment on the 2 towers and also the radios and equipment to hook up all the radios throughout county. That we're looking at 5 payments, and the first payment will begin in August of 2025. Fortunately, after putting out the request for proposals, we had 3 proposals come back, all from local banks, and with Bennington State Bank winning that bid with a 5.05% interest rate, they were able to provide us this lease purchase that's in front of you today, which over the 5 years will include about $619,587.20 in interest. One thing to note is we do have the ability to prepay that in advance. So if there are any additional grants, which we're continuing to hope for, if we are able to get some funding from the state or anything of that nature, we may be able to apply those funds towards this and possibly pay that off early if that were to happen. Right now, the total that it will cost for the lease purchase is $4,518,228.20. We are currently projecting to bring in between $4.2 to $4.5 million in total sales tax. We have set aside some funds in previous years leading forward, moving towards the 800 radio project, so we do have a little bit of buildup there. But then we're also hoping that sales tax collections continue strong throughout those years, because we'll obviously have to come up with some additional funding sources if that was needed to at the end of that, if we were slightly short. Unfortunately, it doesn't leave a lot of funds for the rescue trucks, which I know we had discussed. So we'll continue to seek out additional grant funding, any of that thing that could be applied to this as well to help us throughout that 5-year process. Do you have any questions?
It's good.
I would go ahead and offer the motion that the county enter this lease purchase agreement with Bennington State Bank on our radio project.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded. Any other discussion?
Do you want to briefly mention what the interest rate was on that, Marcus? I mean, it was a very competitive bid, but a good bid.
Yeah, 5.05% interest on that, which we were really happy with that. They actually came in significantly lower than our other two bids, but we were happy to see that another local bank was, aggressively willing to work with the county and wanted to support our services.
Any questions? I know this has nothing to do with the lease purchase agreement. When are we going to be taking possession of these?
So we're continuing to work with the tower company that is a subcontractor for Motorola, and then TBS is managing the radio project. So yes, they're assisting us with that. They have got all the final numbers. They should have submitted the order still 6 to 8 weeks before the radios were going to be here anyway. So hopefully the radios will be here. Towers, it's probably going to be next year.
Call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Anything else coming before the commission today?
Yes, the added, the
Oh, that's
proposed
right.
contract.
Yeah, I got it on my list right here. Yeah.
So commissioners, when Martin was in here earlier and we spoke of the maintenance work that we would be performing there at 14th and Van Buren, which is going to include widening the shoulder about 2 foot and improving or putting maintenance down about 140 feet distance on both sides of the road. It's also going to excavate the dirt on the shoulders and add them and compact them in a little bit with some AB3 rock, and then putting some new base on that shoulder as well, and then doing some milling and an overlay. And APAC has come back with a price of $67,328. The reason we're able to keep the price that low is the county is also going to do some of the work. We will haul the rock, we'll provide the rock for that project. We will also take care of putting in a tube there that needs to be lengthened, or a larger tube there that needs to be lengthened there on the north side of the road. We'll clear off the trees within the right of way. Martin and I will be contacting the 3 property owners to let them know that this work will be starting. The APAC believes that they would be able to get in this fall and get the road work maintenance completed, and then hopefully we're going to wait for the trees to be cleared out when the leaves are off, and hopefully we'll be able to get that done by January. So all in all, we should have a pretty good looking road here before too long, and we'll put new signs out, the delineation signs, and then put a 4-way flashing red stop sign there as well, and do some paint striping on that. So we would ask that you approve the proposal for the maintenance work.
The road closure to take care of some of that, Martin had indicated it wouldn't be very lengthy, but is,
Estimating 4 days, but I would say a week just to be safe. We don't know what we're going to run into. And obviously we'll let the city know and we'll let the citizens know when it's going to be closed, and we'll have it marked. So, but the shorter length of time is very encouraging.
Yeah, rather than 4 weeks, a week.
Exactly.
I make the motion to approve the bid for $67,320 for APAC shear.
I'll second it.
Second, any other discussion? Not all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Anything else come before the commission today? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
so moved.
I'll second it.
Moving second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Adjourn.